Keisha Williams can't vote yet, but she helped campaign for her presidential candidate in 2008, hanging posters, knocking on doors, and asking every adult she knew to vote. She couldn't pull the lever, but she felt like she counted. Keisha was right. Everyone in our country counts. Fact is, once every 10 years, we count every person living in the United States, young to old, poor to wealthy, born here or came here. That's called the census. On April 1st, 2010, we'll all be counted again. For Keisha and everyone in her community, the census is their chance to vote for themselves. Keisha and thousands of other volunteers turned out record numbers of voters in 2008, especially people of color. But in the last census in 2000, people of color were undercounted. Over 600,000 African Americans and almost 1 million people of color were not counted. At the same time, more than 2 million whites were double counted. The undercounted communities nationwide missed over $4 billion in schools, healthcare, roads, and other government services. Every person counted in a community directs about $1,000 in federal funds per year towards that community. The folks in Keisha's own neighborhood, Jefferson County, Alabama, were undercounted by more than 10,000. Elected officials used that count over the past 10 years to direct funds and programs, and it really hurt the neighborhood. Jefferson County lost over $20 million in federal funding. That's why Keisha's Head Start program lost 1 teacher. That's why the senior center her grandma uses cut back their hours. That's why health care in their community is scarcer. And with fewer people counted for the community, they had less of a voice in state and federal government to change things for the better. Undercounting can happen again in 2010. People everywhere have been displaced by foreclosure, financial distress, hurricanes, and just plain hard times. Keisha's brother down in Holman Prison will be counted there instead of in Jefferson County, even though he'll be back home next year. So, even though Keisha Williams can't fill in the census forms herself, she's determined to make sure that everyone in her neighborhood gets counted. She found out why some of them weren't counted last time, and she got the answers. Last time, some of her neighbors never received the census questions. This time, the Census Bureau is trying harder to reach every known address. Last time, some of them were a little suspicious about answering questions from strangers claiming to be census takers. This time, the Census Bureau is opening Be Counted centers so people can pick up the census form for themselves and their neighbors. The Census Bureau will only send out live census takers after April 1st, and only if nobody in the home has responded with a questionnaire. And the people they do send are more likely to be from the neighborhood. The Census Bureau is hiring thousands of people from within communities to help. A census taker will have an official ID and census bag, and they'll only ask the official census questions. Keisha also understands that last time, some of her neighbors were a little concerned about answering a lot of detailed questions and concerned about who might read the answers. The fact is, census answers are completely confidential by law. No one, not law enforcement, immigration, landlords, or the IRS, can ask for, see, or look at individual census responses. The Census Bureau only releases the added up numbers. And this time, the questions are simpler. There are just 10 short questions about each person residing in the home on April 1st, 2010. Everyone, family members, relatives, roommates, or temporary residents, should be counted. So now, Keisha is running around the neighborhood telling everyone to be counted. She's watching for the census form to arrive in the mail so her mom can fill it out immediately. By counting everyone in her household, Keisha's mom will be voting for her family and her community. Keisha counts in her community. You count in yours. And change counts on you.
Calling to me.
April 1st, 2010 is Census Day. Spread the word. Forward this video or tell your friends and neighbors. Thank you.
A brand new America and a brand new world.